If you lose radios, how would you ask permission to enter controlled airspace to get the light signals to land? This is a question that came up inside of Helicopter Airline Ground Schools. One of our members asked, and we thought, that's a great question. Because are you just going to go busting in through the airspace and hope they're going to start flashing lights at you? No. Probably not a good idea, is it?
Probably not. Might be in a little bit of trouble there.
We want to point out that light gun signals is one on check rides that our examiner pretty much usually asks, and you should be prepared on any check ride to answer these. And this is one that I can tell you, with all the evaluating pilots I do, get them ready for check rides, this is one that almost everybody stumbles on, is light gun signals, and including me. If I was taking a check ride tomorrow, this is one of the things I would have to review. And you mentioned earlier what a lot of pilots do, which is...
Yeah, the knee board?
Yeah.
I remember when I used to have a knee board, that was one of the cheat sheets that they always came with. It was the light gun signal, so you could quickly just look down and there it was. And I'm like you, I'd have to study too. I don't know the...
Yeah, I'm admitting it. So it's not only... It's something we know ourselves, is whatever reason, I guess, unless you're just reviewing them once a month, you just forget them. And consistently, I'll ask people getting for a check ride, they're like, I don't remember those. You need to know those when you go for a check ride. The examiner is gonna ask. Yeah, if you were approaching an airspace and realized that your radios weren't working, you'd be violating that airspace if you go busting in there waiting for them to send you light gun signals. So the answer would be, yes, you should divert to an airport or go fly around and see if you can get your radio working, because you can't enter the airspace without permission. Even on a Class Charlie, you don't need permission technically, but you need to hear your tail numbers in order to enter.
Correct.
So without radio communication, you could technically, unless you had an emergency, you can't enter that airspace. If your radio's not working, you're not going to be able to get in.
Right. We know that Bravo airspace, you have to hear the words cleared into Bravo airspace or something like that. We know in Charlie airspace and in Delta, you have to hear your tail number come back. So if you were not, we were discussing this earlier, if you were not on a flight plan, meaning you weren't squawking with anybody, then no, I would not, you can't go busting in there and then ask, or you can't even ask, I guess, then try to land. But if you were squawking and you were on with somebody and you lost radio comms, then there's a procedure for that, which is 7600.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Squawk codes, that's another one that that you're gonna get asked on a check ride.
Correct.
Hands down, every single check ride, the examiner's gonna ask you about the squawk codes.
So back to the question, if I was on an IFR flight or a VFR flight plan even, and I am squawking a code and I lose my radios going into a Charlie, then I would continue on. I would squawk the 7600 showing I'm having radio problems. And then as you get closer, expect to get light gun signals from the tower.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that sounds perfect.
And then I would be looking at my cheat sheet, trying to figure out what signals I want. I'm looking from a steady green? Is that what I'm looking for?
Yeah, we can cover them real quick. Yeah. Surface.
Don't do surface.
Okay.
Go to flight.
Flight.
I'm flying.
In flight, you get steady green, clear to land.
Clear to land.
You get green flashing, return for land. You get solid red, give way and continue circling. And if you get...
Say that 3 times.
And if you got flashing red, airport unsafe, do not land. Yeah. Was those correct?
That's what I got.
Okay.
And you can look at this. I'm in the FAR AIM under 4-3-13, traffic control light signals. There's more information there for you.
All right, we've got another 15 videos to go before we're done with this series of videos. So put down below what else you'd like to see, because we were sitting around today going, okay, what are we going to talk about next? And we just pulled something that was a great question from Inside Hogs. And AskHogs.com, we have a clone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can check out the clone at AskHogs.com. And leave us a comment below, and I say, let's go do something else.
Can I say it? Peace out.
When you feel the pressure to fly, but know the right decision is to stay on the ground, hit the Hogs no-go and live to fly another day. Helicopterground.com.
Picking your nose and picking your ass, and she'll edit that out. We won't put that at the end.